Hello everyone, welcome to another Knife Guy channel. My name is Ashton and today we're going to be taking a look at the Cold Steel AD-15. To start off, we have a little size comparison. Here it is against some standards, the rat number 1 and the rat number 2. So as you can see, it comes in quite a bit bigger than the rat number 2 and a little bit bigger than the rat number 1 there, especially in the handle. Another couple of knives here, a couple of Cold Steels. Let's see, we have the Cold Steel Code 4, one of my personal favorite Cold Steels out there. And then we also have the Cold Steel Voyager Large, which is quite a bit bigger than your AD-15 as well. So it's a nice mid-size between the larger Cold Steels and the sort of normal sized Cold Steels, even though the Code 4 is still a little bit bigger. And here it is against a couple of other smaller knives. This is a 3.3 inch or 3.25 inch Fin Wolf from Cold Steel, and one of my personal favorites, the Protect Calmigo. I'm in California, San Diego, and this is a knife that I absolutely love carrying. There, so there we go. Next thing, some stats on the blade here. 3.5, 3.6 inch drop point blade. It's got a two-tone finish with a satin finish on the flat there, and looks to be almost like a machine sort of finish on the flats up at the swedge. Really pretty blade. It's got a high flat grind, really strong, robust tip there. Some aggressive jimping. It's a thumb stud deployment, but all in all, this blade is really well done. It's got a nice forward finger control there as well. It's done in S35 VN. Yeah, there's the top. Now, one thing about this blade is that it's got super thick stock. However, it is ground really thin. Not super thin, mind you, but reasonably thin at the edge there. It's quite capable of slicing paper, cardboard, anything you need. It's not going to wedge an apple, maybe at the tip there, at the swedge there, but other than that, it actually slices quite nicely. Next thing, we have the pivot here, where there's actually two pivots, but the blade pivot, it's done with phosphor bronze washers. You can see in the sun there, you can see a little hint of the bronze right in there, which is interesting, and we'll get to that in a second. And it's done with a T10 torque screw there, slotted on this side so it's not free spinning. Some people will really like that. I don't mind either way. Handle is made out of G10 stainless steel liners and a one-piece aluminum yoke. This is also interesting, and I'll get to that in a little bit. We also have a T10 Torx here. The T10 here and the T10 here are actually the same exact dimensions, same exact size, same exact hardware. They're even slotted the same way, except this one is slotted in this direction and this one is slotted in this direction. We have a really awesome pocket clip here, stainless steel, 3-screw construction, and we can just flip it on to the show side for left-hand carry if that is your jam. It's not my particular jam, but can be some people's, because this knife is absolutely 100% ambidextrous. It is actually really cool in that way. Now, Andrew Demko, sorry about that, does a video with Cold Steel sort of showcasing the fidgetability of this knife, and I really do have to agree. That kind of brings us up to our next point here. This is an Andrew Demko design, and that's interesting in one of a few ways. Andrew Demko basically has, he's worked with Cold Steel on a lot of different occasions, and basically does, in my opinion, some of the best designs that Cold Steel does. This one features Andrew Demko's patented scorpion lock mechanism here. And that's interesting in another way because Andrew Demko has also done another lock with Cold Steel, and that is, of course, the triad lock. One we know very, very well, very, very strong, and has been marketed heavily by Cold Steel as being super tough. So we all agree. Jimmy Slash did a video on the integrity of this lock, and it's actually pretty strong. That was quite a beating he did. Go check that out. And that was really fun to watch. He did it with a custom too, and I believe his conclusion was this guy held up a little bit better than the custom. But that brings us to the next point as well. This is a production version of a custom knife designed and manufactured mostly by Andrew Demko. This one's obviously done with by Cold Steel, and they've done an incredible job. This is truly one of the most exciting releases from Cold Steel that I have seen, in all of my research and all of my, browsing of their catalogs and all of that. Now, I've only been into the knife hobby for about a year. My first knife was a Cold Steel. It was an extra large Voyager, and that kind of got me going. I got my hands on a Code 4, and then I was like, all right, let's see what else Cold Steel has. And surprisingly, there wasn't really much that I saw. The Ultimate Hunter, the American Lawman, the AK-47, all those things looked kind of nice. And I found out that most of these were Andrew Demko designs. And then so I kind of did a little bit more research, and I saw that he had the 4MAX, which was the nicest Cold Steel that you could get at the time, pretty much. And I was just kind of like, wow, this guy's got a really, really great design philosophy and a really great design language. It really speaks to my sort of outdoorsy, but also kind of, interesting and modern sort of sensibilities. So that was really awesome. And then when this came out, they also announced the 8010. I was just, wow, Cold Steel is going to do it this year. I really, really hope that they are, going to go in this direction. And they've actually done a little bit better job, in my personal opinion, than the custom. They're coming in at an incredibly aggressive price point here at about, $150. So for $150, you are getting, about 95, Jimmy Slash also said about 95% of the custom feel of the 8010. Or 8015 from Andrew Demko. Now, you're also getting some improvements, in my opinion. Also, you're getting the bronze washers. You're getting a one-piece aluminum yoke, which is a little bit stronger, in my opinion. Although I haven't tested it as, a little bit stronger than the pinned construction in the titanium. But, that's amazing. Considering the customs come in at around $700, that's quite an accomplishment there. And speaking of the rest of Cold Steel's catalog, it's not that it's crazy, it's just different. They have these really, really elegant designs from Andrew Demko and a couple of other ones as well. The Finwolf is a great example, as well as the Voyager series of designs that are just simple, elegant, and built for use. And if Cold Steel really stuck in this direction, it would be really awesome. So yeah, I know Lynn Thompson and Cold Steel in general is polarizing, but from what I found in these types of models, Code 4 as well, they are some of my very, very favorite knives, and definitely the most numerous knives I have in my collection. But in any case, yeah, so that's my take on the Cold Steel AD15 here. Look for another video coming out about my personal sort of opinions on it, and I'll do a little questionnaire on, would I buy it, would I recommend it, and would I carry it, something like that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you guys got an AD15, what you think of it. And yeah, that's it. shout out to Jimmy Slash, shout out to Nick Shabazz, and shout out to Slicey Dicey, Kevin Cleary, all these guys, pretty much everybody that's making a YouTube channel about knives. And it's really awesome, and it's kind of inspired me to kind of start, actually. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.